Boy, howdy, do we have a lot of video games to talk about. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, October 17th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. The big game releasing this week is Pokemon Legends ZA with a 79 Metacritic. Pokemon Legend, this is the second Pokemon Legends game. The last one they released was Arceus. They tried to mess with the typical Pokemon formula. They made it open world. It had like a crafting system, and yeah, you just kind of explored. You could actually see the Pokemon in the world, and yeah, it seems like they continue to kind of use Legends as a way to innovate. The one frustration becomes that if something's really cool and nice within Pokemon Legends, the fact that it doesn't then transfer over to the chromatic silvers and golds and all that of the world makes it a little bit frustrating. But sounds like this one is a good pickup. They've added real-time combat, which I think is a first, and yeah, the people are enjoying it. So if you're playing some Pokemon, something to finally play on your Switch too, let me know down in the comments. Speaking of twos, I'm very excited next week for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2. And this week I saw a little primer on each of the different vampire clans and which ones do what and how strong they are. So I'll have a link down below for you to check that out. I myself am very Toreador. I like my sexy vampires. But there's also Brutish Bruja. There's some caster ones. The Tremere, I think is what they're called. There's the dominant ones, there's Nosferatu ones, so lots of different ways to play your vampires, and those are all free with the base game. Now that their two clans aren't stuck behind the DLC wall, so yeah, excited to play one of the six. Well, there's technically seven, but the seventh is ghosty and apparently is relevant to the story, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. But I'm very excited for Bloodlines 2, and I will be talking about it next week. Speaking more of twos, before Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, has come out with Carl Urban, with Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Before that movie's even come out, which is due to come out next year, they've already greenlit Mortal Kombat 3 because they're really sure about this one, which is interesting given that the first movie, it took them 6 years to get to a sequel. Possibly due to the poor reception of the first movie. The fact that they're already greenlighting the next one is, putting the cart a little bit before the horse. I like the Mortal Kombat movies, even the classic 90s ones, but yeah, this seems a little preemptive, but hopefully they've found something that they can do with it, and maybe we'll actually have a Mortal Kombat tournament unlike the first movie. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. Battlefield 6 is off to record-breaking numbers. They sold 7 million copies in their opening first 3 days, so that opening weekend. And those are Call of Duty-like numbers. Call of Duty usually sells somewhere to 10 to 20 million, depending on domestic versus worldwide and all that kind of stuff. But 7 million copies is quite a lot. So, good job on Battlefield. I've been hearing a lot of really good things, and I bet the Saudi government loves this. Reminder that the public investment fund is Saudi owned, and the government isn't investing in EA and that whole takeover. Even though EA is doing well with their Battlefield 6s, the employees are not happy about it. They posted an open letter this week bashing the investment. I bet a lot of American developers didn't, join into EA to then be owned by a foreign government. So, and there's a lot of politics involved in that as well. But yeah, the employees kind of wrote out their dissatisfaction this week in an open letter against the whole Saudi buyout. We also got more information on the Republic of Gamers, ROG, Xbox Ally, the new kind of Steam Deck that got released this week, the $1,000 one. We got to see a whole bunch of reviews for it this week from everybody who didn't pay for it and got a review copy of it, which if I didn't have to spend $1,000, I'd probably say pretty good things about it too. Yeah, from what I heard of the reviews, it's a very decent machine. It's potentially a little bit more powerful than like a Steam Deck, but everyone just kept caveating it with probably not worth $1,000. So and considering like an OLED is worth like 520 right now, I'm definitely not going to pay for $1,000 for a ROG Ally, Xbox Ally. So it's a decent machine, but just a little overpriced at this point. Speaking of saving money on Microsoft products, Amazon has got the deal for you. They have 3 months of Game Pass Premium for just $55. So everyone's still trying to figure out how they can discount on Game Pass, considering all those kind of like barcodes out there that are just sitting there with a prepaid Game Pass code on them are not going to go off the shelves if Game Pass costs $30, or at least they're trying to get them off the shelves since Game Pass costs $30. So Amazon, yeah, it's got 3 months of $90 Game Pass Ultimate for just $55. So link down below for you to check that out. Speaking of a game that comes out in a couple of weeks, Outer Wilds is celebrating by creating a plush of their Moon Man. I'm surprised this guy has a character, but there's the like moon-headed guy who's kind of on the cover, kind of somewhat mascot-y for the series, is being turned into a plush, and his small beady eyes and big round head and slight smirk is very unsatisfying, or very unsettling even. So it's interesting that maybe not intentionally for spooky season, but it's definitely a spooky plushie, celebrating Outer Wilds launching at the end of the month. Quantic Dream, the developer behind Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, very narrative and deep and kind of visceral, deeply affecting games, is making a big pivot this week. They announced their new game. It's called Spellcaster Chronicles, and it's a third-person MOBA. So interesting thing to like also get into the mobile genre like this. I mean, I don't know that the ship has sailed on other people entering MOBAs and kind of trying to carve out their own little niche, but it seems somewhat settled. And especially coming from a developer who's known for like deeply personal narrative games, making this third-person MOBA is interesting. But it's got cool, fancy colors. I'll get to see a little bit of the gameplay in the trailer, which I'll have linked down below. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Quantic Dream is able to pull this off, and what the game looks like, and if there's more, more related to what they're known for, which is narrative again. So it'd be interesting to see what they do there. Last but not least, another title is entering the Battle Royale genre, and taking its own little spin on it. It is a typing game where you and I guess 99 other people try and type out, and you have 3 mistakes before you get shot. The game is called Final Sentence. I'll have a link down below for you to check it out or wishlist it. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I've got pretty good typing fingers, so I could see myself scoring hopefully pretty well in this. But yeah, for all you typers or stenographers out there, are going to probably crush the rest of us. But it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. But excited to see a little bit of mix up. You got your typing royale, you got your Bumble royale, you got your battle royale. So this looks exciting, so I'll have a link down below for you to check it out. But that's it for this week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend, and I hope you have a super day. Bye!